speaking of the power of one, this is a great example of the power of one. Allyson Reneau, she's an Oklahoma mom that saw the Afghani robotics team, the girls on the Afghani robotics team, and she thought these kids are in trouble. She wanted to help get them out, and she did. So how did this mom do it? We have her on the phone with us now. Allyson, hi, how are you?
Hi, Glenn. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Actually, it's an honor.
Thank you.
I appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you. So, Allyson, I mean, so many people feel like I'm just a mom, or what can I possibly do? You didn't think that. You just did it.
Well, I'm the mother of 11 biological children, and 9
Whoa.
of those children are girls, and all with one man, by the way.
Good for you.
And, I worked in the space industry in Washington, D.C. after obtaining my master's at Harvard at 55 years old in 2016.
Wow.
And the doors swung open for me to walk into this field. It's been an honor to work with our best and brightest and humble and genius people. And one thing they taught me was failure was not an option. They make science fiction fact, and they are really unstoppable. I was invited to be on a very prestigious board of directors that I actually don't even deserve to be on, called Explore Mars. They advocate in Washington, D.C. for human space exploration. And each year we have a conference in D.C. where we bring in a lot of leaders to promote and to talk about exploration. We decided we would bring over these 5 girls on the Afghan robotic team, and Elon Musk actually paid their way. These girls came, and our goal was to allow them to immerse themselves in the space industry, to brush shoulders with astronauts, and to dream big. I immediately had a connection with these girls, having so many daughters, and I think it was vice versa. And one of the things they requested after going to the White House and museums was, Allyson, we just want to go to an amusement park. And I thought, and so I quickly raised the money in about 15 minutes for all these girls to go, and have video of them there, and they just had an amazing time. Sometimes kids just need to be kids.
Yeah.
But I kept in touch with them for a couple of years through text, and in December of 2020, they began to request, hey, we're going to graduate high school. We'd like to come to the United States to get our degrees in engineering. Could you help us with scholarships? And we've been doing a lot of groundwork in that area. But I woke up on Tuesday, August 3rd, with an overwhelming, dreadful feeling that they were in great danger. At this time, nothing had quite collapsed yet or anything like that. And I thought to myself, this must be a divine warning. I couldn't shake it. I tried to. And I immediately began to reach out to people way above my pay grade. I knew I would have to find some power and some influence, and I didn't know where to start. I just was armed with courage and a cause and a cell phone, and just began to for 2 weeks, night and day, try to find something. I kept running into brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. A lead would go hot, like if something was going to happen, and then it'd go cold. I was working in conjunction with their leader and mentor, who is from Afghanistan, who lives in the United States. So she was working hard on her paths of influence, and I was going hard in my U.S. area. There's sometimes when you have a dream and if nothing is working, you need to take drastic action. You need to do something wild. And I decided I would fly to Qatar. It was a good chance they might be flying there, evacuated by the Qatari government. We tried India, we tried Canada, we tried a lot of different places, and we just weren't getting anywhere. So on Tuesday, a week ago, I had a one-way ticket. And I thought, wow, when I get there, I don't know anybody. I'm traveling alone. And so I remembered I had a former roommate in Washington, D.C. a couple of years ago that had been transferred there with the military. And I thought, I need to ask her, where do I eat? Where do I stay? Can I go jogging in the mornings? What do I wear in public? Headscarves, what's proper? And she said, what's going on? And I told her. And she said, do you know I work in the U.S. Embassy in Qatar? I go, I had no idea. And she said, yeah, I have the ear of the high officials there. I can help you. Send me their passports, send me their information, and I'll prepare it all and present it. She stayed up all night. She went back to the embassy, stayed up all night from midnight to 6, and presented this, and our U.S. officials really jumped on it. It began to alert people on the ground in Kabul. And the Qatari government got the girls to the airport. Our officials were right on top of it the whole way, flanking the operation. We're at the airport in case something went wrong. And somehow, in a sea of chaos of the pictures you saw of 8 million people plus all the refugees, miraculously, these girls were evacuated. And I didn't have to make the trip to Qatar. By the way, my friend said, no need to come. You need to stay on the phone. You need to stay on the ground. You don't need to be flying 20 hours and being silent with these girls. So it was reported that I did fly there, but I think it was just assumed. So anyhow, the girls are safe. They're in Qatar. And hats off to that government for stepping up.
I will tell you, there are a lot of very brave Muslim countries that are stepping up, and they are terrified because they know the weakness of the West right now, and they also know if they're outed, they will have all kinds of problems from Hezbollah and ISIS and the new Al Qaeda, et cetera, et cetera. And they're doing remarkable things, just truly remarkable things.
You're right.
I have to tell you, Allyson, it's amazing to see, and I can relate entirely. Yesterday was not a good day for me, and at one point I said, you know what, it's just not supposed to happen. I mean, maybe because every single door is closing, and maybe it's just not supposed to happen. Let's go another direction. And I stopped myself, and I thought, that is so defeatist. No, keep moving forward. And it's hard, especially like you when you were completely alone. I commend you.
Thank you. But, Glenn, there's nothing that happens unless there's a team.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me, okay? So I just want to commend all the people that were involved. What a tremendous job they did, and how fast they leapt into action. You know, sometimes you think it's someone that's full of power and influence that you're going to get a hold of that's going to do the job for you.
No.
But here was this little roommate of mine that God connected me with, and suddenly it exploded, and it began to work. Mm-hmm. And I'm just shocked how one willing person who cares, God can use them.
Yep. It's really remarkable. Allyson, thank you so much. God bless. I hope to meet you someday. We're not that far, just down the street. But
we are. And I just want to mention real quickly, if you have one more minute,
sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because of the media coverage I've had over the last few days, the cries for help from within Afghanistan from women who are in hiding, professional women who've been fired, who are being hunted, who are being tortured. Reports last night of 2 killed and shot. And these are professional, educated women. One beat to death, one blinded. I was back on ground zero again. What worked for the girls that I helped was not going to work to evacuate these people that are in hiding. And I said, send me the list. I'm not going to leave one behind.
How can we help?
I thought there'd be 20 people, and it was 212 women Afghan judges in hiding, Supreme Court and I asked my commando friends on the ground that are helping me, and they said, yes, they will be the first to die. They'll be the first to die because they have imprisoned men. They have imprisoned people who are beating their wives. Right. And all those prisoners have been released, and these women are being hunted. And it was 212 women.
How can we help you? How can we help you?
You know, we've got a former NASA general counsel friend of mine working on this, along with the Yale Law School, who are assembling all the data of these women, submitting all their information to State Department. It's turning fast. I've got an extraction team on the ground, and I've got an ambassador that reached out to me over the European Union that says, I'm going to find asylum. He's already called so many countries, and they're working on it as well. Okay, but the one thing I'm missing is planes.
A plane?
Planes.
You're talking to a guy who has 20 of them. Yes. You get them to the airport. I'll need to have my team get in touch with you. You need to work it out because of the State Department and everything else. But you get them to the tarmac. I'll get them on a plane.
Good. Well, we're Americans, and we figure it out, don't we, Glenn?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. You get them to the tarmac. I'll get them to another country where they'll be safe.
And I just want to say, Mr. President, if you hear this message, we need more time. We need more time. Please give us more time. Thank you, Glenn.
Allyson, thank you. God bless.